It's Big D back at you again from Double D's Barbecue Shack. Back at you with some more of that low and slow Virginia goodness. We're back down here at the hunting camp this weekend. Among all the COVID-19 coronavirus stuff, we figured we'd just come down here. What better way to get away from everything and come down here and quarantine at the hunting camp out in the backwoods. Hopefully we ain't gonna catch coronavirus from a hickory tree out back. But we were planning on being in our barbecue trailer vending this weekend. We got stuck with a few briskets that we were gonna sell, but we figured we'd bring one of them down here with us, and we're gonna show you a little bit on trimming a brisket up. And we brought the UDS with us. Actually, we loaded it up in the back of the truck. So we're gonna do some brisket on the UDS. Now normally we would do an injection on our brisket, but once again, just like the barbecue spoon, we forgot the injection needle. So we're not going to inject this brisket, which is completely fine. Some people like to inject them, some people don't. But we're going to just trim it up, rub it down with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic rub. And once again, we're going to drink a couple cold beers while we're doing it. So we're going to take this out there and throw it on the UDS and do a little video for y'all on brisket down here with the salt, pepper, garlic rub, and hopefully entertain y'all while you're sitting at home, quarantine, burning up YouTube. If you are burning up YouTube, hit the like button for us. We'd really appreciate it. But all right, so we're gonna get trimming this brisket up here and get to it, and not without drinking beer first. Grab our boning knife here, and when you lay your brisket out on the fat side up, you're gonna see this hard piece of fat right here. That's the decal fat. A lot of other fat you'll get a little bit of rendering in, but this decal fat, it ain't gonna do you a bit of good. So we always cut ours out. We're gonna get up under that fat there. That's a pretty big old chunk of fat. But you just want to run your knife down through there, and you want to cut out, and all that ain't gonna do you no good. It ain't gonna render down. Cut down in there just a little deeper. You really want to make sure you trim that decal fat out good. That way you don't just end up with a big chunk of fat you're cutting up. We're gonna flip it over here. All right, guys, we're gonna take our fat down to probably about 1/4 of an inch here. You just don't want all that fat on there. It's just a waste. Ain't gonna help you at all, really. So we're gonna speed the process up a little bit here while we're trimming the brisket up. And then we'll get back out with you on the smoker. I said, this is Diesel. He's our brisket dog. We brought him to the camp with us just because we couldn't leave him by himself at home, because he's a big sissy. He likes to go everywhere with us. Yeah, and you love brisket, don't you? Diesel loves brisket. You like brisket? You heard it straight from the dog's mouth right there. Now go on, get out of here so we can cook some brisket. Let Dave cook some brisket. We got our brisket all trimmed up now, so we got our mixture of salt, pepper, garlic, and we put a few other things in it, but you can kind of make up your own rub. But that's the basis for a good brisket rub, is salt, pepper, and garlic. So we're gonna grab a little rub out here. We'll dust her down real good. And we also just want to assure you that this brisket is COVID-19 free. It has not tested positive for the coronavirus, which is a good thing, because we're fixing to eat it here in about probably 16, 17 hours. So You just want to spread your rub out kind of even on there, pat it in good. Like I said, don't understand why they call it rub, because you don't actually want to rub the rub on the meat. You don't want to rub your meat too hard. You know, that's very important in barbecue. We're gonna flip her over here. And that's a pretty brisket, guys. I mean, you don't get much prettier brisket than that. This is gonna be real good in about, like I said, maybe about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna pull it off, let it rest, put it to bed for a little while. Alright, we got our brisket rubbed up now. We're gonna let that rub sit on there, and we're gonna go out and fire up the smoker and get that ready to roll. And out here, we're gonna fire up our UDS here. And for those of you who don't know what UDS, may not know what I'm talking about when I say UDS, it's an ugly drum smoker, and actually it is what it is. It's an ugly drum smoker. We kind of fixed this one up a little bit. It's got a little wear and tear on it now, but we painted a few flames and stuff on the bottom of it. That's how we roll with Double D's Barbecue Shack. But we're gonna show you. You want to fill your charcoal basket up, and we're gonna want to fill this basket up all the way on this scope. You want to put a decent layer of charcoal on the bottom of your charcoal basket there, and then we like to take some of these applewood chips, kind of sprinkle them in there with our charcoal and layers. Then we're using some of these western mesquite wood chunks. Mesquite wood works really well for western, but I like throwing a little apple in too, just to give it a little more. You can't never get enough wood flavor, enough wood smoke flavor. That's what it's all about. So you want to put a couple wood chunks and chips. We're going to dump some more charcoal in there. And you want to kind of bury that first layer of charcoal and wood chunks where you can't hardly see none of the wood there. And then we're going to sprinkle in a few more of these apple chips. Don't want to come out the bag. Hopefully whoever packed these things ain't got the Corona, because we'll be smoking Corona, not drinking it. We'll put a couple more hickory chunks in there. And there we go. Alright, we got our charcoal basket full here. We're going to take a couple tumbleweeds, light them up, and get things fired up here. You can probably take, say, 3 of them if you're running one of these UDSs. We're just going to light it. Stick it down in there. Stack a little charcoal around it so she gets going good there. I'm gonna light another one. Stick it down in there. You want to kind of light your charcoal real even on the top. That way, when it starts to burn, when you're in for the long haul, she'll stay pretty consistent. You don't just have one side of the basket burning or the other. Normally we use our torch at home, but well, we forgot that too. So, yeah, tumbleweeds it is from Walmart. All right. Well, we got our charcoal basket lit up. We're gonna go ahead and grab it. We made this nifty chain here, so nothing cooler than lifting a flaming basket into a barrel. I swear. That's great. And we're just gonna let that burn. You wanna leave your lid off your UDS for just a little bit. Let that charcoal get going good on top, and once you get a good hot fire burning on them coals along the top, then come out and put your lid on it and let it warm up inside to about 225 or so, and we'll be ready to throw this brisket out here. We got our smoker fired up with it. We're back up to temp now, about 225, 250. You come in here on the camera, you can see the gauge there, but we're right there where we want to be temperature wise. We're going to take our lid off, and these briskets, if you're cooking on a UDS, you want your fat side down. That's my personal preference anyway. You're going to want your fat side down there. Your heat source is right directly underneath of it. We do have a little heat plate in there, but you don't want that lean side facing your heat. So that's my personal preference. You can ask anybody. That's probably a barbecue argument in a lot of circles. On fat side up, fat side down on this smoker or that smoker. We got our lid back on there. We're going to pretty much let this roll overnight. We'll be back out in the morning, probably check on it once or twice. You never want to leave it for too long without checking on it. But like I said, these UDSs hold amazing temperatures. So we got our valves about half open. Once that ash starts building up in the bottom of the smoker, sometimes after about 6, 7, 8 hours, you got to come out here and, just open your valves up all the way. More than likely, just give it a little more oxygen, bump the heat back up and all. But we'll be back out in the morning to check on it here. And I know we've been doing a lot of joking around about the coronavirus and all, but it is a serious thing. If y'all ain't feeling well or whatnot, stay home. Don't go out and contaminate somebody else or whatnot. And hey, we as a country, believe me, we've taken a big hit from this. Our barbecue business, not being able to go out and vend. I know there's a lot of other food trucks and barbecue vendors out there, and being barbecue restaurants for that fact that, there's a lot of people just having a real hard time with this right now being shut down. So, I know we joke around about it, but it's a serious thing. And like I said, if y'all don't feel well, stay home, wash your hands, don't buy up all the toilet paper, and we'll be back out here to check on this in the morning. Hey guys, we're back out here. Been about 12 hours now. You can see our UDS temperature. It's still holding right there, about 225, 250, somewhere in that range. It got up a little bit overnight, got a little breezy and all, but so our brisket's cooked a little faster than we thought. But we're gonna take the lid off here. Check our temperature. 207. We just a hair over. You normally want to try to pull them off about between 195 and 205 somewhere. But we're gonna go ahead and pull this one off. We're gonna put it in our insulated bag here. We've got one of these cooler bags that we use for catering. And I always take a couple towels and put your towel in the bottom, wrap a couple towels over top of it, and we're gonna let it rest, go to sleep for a little while. And you always want to rest your brisket because it helps gradually cool that brisket, and as it cools, it tightens that meat back up and sucks the juice back into it. All right, we got our gloves on now. We're gonna pull her off of there until she got good bend and good wiggle. You want that good wiggle to it, as with other things in life. We're gonna wrap her up in some towels. Set her down in our insulated bag here. Zip it up. And we take this back in the house. We're probably gonna let that sit for about 2 or 3 hours. You don't have to rest it that long. Resting as long as you can is fine. Actually, when we've done catering, we've left briskets in these coolers for 4 or 5 hours before it's not gonna hurt a thing. It's still way above whatever temperature it needs to be for the meat to be safe and all. So, but we'll be back at you when we slice her up and try her out. Guys, we got our brisket out and resting in the cooler there. We'll go on wrap it here and see how pretty that is. Got nice bark on it. You can see. We're gonna try to get this out of the foil here. You want to take your juices and put them in a pan, bowl, whatever you can find. That's good stuff right there. You want to make your gravy or your au jus out of it. And we're gonna let that drain out there a second. We're gonna slice into this brisket. This fixing to be supper time. Alright, when you slice your brisket, I always like to keep about a 45-degree angle. Go in, we're just gonna cut into it. Get some good slices off of here. And that's some good looking brisket right there. Look, just juice dripping off that thing. Alright guys, well, we're gonna go ahead and slice some of this up and eat because it's about supper time. But we hope you like our videos and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all stay safe out there with the whole coronavirus and everything. And we'll be back at you with another video shortly.